what are you doing?
I'm just plugging in the new TV.
I thought you were gonna mount it first.
Babe, I don't want to miss giant fighting robots fighting robots.
Are you having a medical episode?
You would know with all your medical dramas.
Put down the remote and help me with this cooking show.
Babe, I'd love to, but I forgot something critical. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Super critical.
Cat burglars are lurking in every neighborhood, even yours. But when the cats come out to play, that's when you call the dog. Introducing the greatest asset in home defense, MacDog, the AI-powered, fully automatic home machine gun. What do we have here? Who left this dangerous axe on the battlefield?
Dave!
Name's Dave!
Dave! Always Dave! Dave's locked out!
Oh, there lies poor lonely Steve. A lifetime of heartbreak and despair, loneliness and unrequited love. Only this time, the heartbreak is quite literal. Help me. Please. Tisk, tisk, Steve. I told you, your heart is broken. Literally, you are currently having a myocardial infarction, a heart attack. I'm dying. Oh no, what gave it away? Was it the robe? I must admit, I'm a little embarrassed. I forgot the scythe at home. But you know how it is. Oversleep your alarm, barely have time to put on your sinister attire. I was out the door and realized, oh, you forgot the symbol of your being. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Kind of like you. You catch the game last night? I was there. Some poor sap in the nosebleeds was having the same thing you are. A heart attack. Same thing. Steve, are you listening? Seriously, can you move it along? Yes, you're having a myocardial infarction. You see, your heart muscle, i.e. the myocardium, well, after a little bout of ischemia, that's a lack of appropriate blood flow. Try to keep up, man, seriously. Well, after a little bout of ischemia, your ticker, well, it wasn't ticking so good. Not that you did it any favors. So you had some clogged pipes and your heart suffered an injury, or an infarct, if you will. And then, after that, well, pew! And here we are, literally, at death's door. So come on, places to be, things to do. Get up. You're all done now. Low flow getting you down? That sounds like a coronary occlusion. You need help. Coronary? No. This is a garden hose. No, this is a cheap metaphor. You're experiencing myocardial ischemia, a condition marked by restricted blood supply to your heart muscle. You're gonna die. You need help right now. I've been driving all over this town my whole life. I've seen some things. And one thing you gotta know is the difference between STEMI versus non-STEMI. What do I mean? STEMI? S-T-E-M-I. stands for ST elevated myocardial infarction. You know, on one of them, what do you call it? The beep boop boop ECGs. That's what it is. Electrocardiogram. It all comes down to plaque. Not here, but here. All over. Blood vessels, clogged arteries, and what have you. That's called atherosclerosis. You ever heard? When the blood clot builds up, that's called a thrombus. When it gets so big that it just about fully occludes blood flow through the vessel, that's when you get ST segment elevation. The difference between non-STEMI and STEMI is just that. Is the plaque a thrombus or an occluding thrombus? Both lead to myocardial ischemia, but only one type, type 2, the occluding thrombus, well, is detectable by ECG. You want to know what really raises the stakes? I'll tell you. The imbalance between myocardial oxygen consumption and delivery. When the occlusions get in the way of feeding enough oxygen to the heart, BAM! Infarction. Injury. Bad news bears. Bad news, my friend. Bad news. MI is coming to town. It's going to take me hours and hours and hours to get home.
What? Are you naked? Only where I'm not wearing clothes.
But darling, before you get on that yacht with that handsome, wealthy, world-renowned philanthropist, there's just something I need to tell you. When I'm near you, I get short of breath. I get weak and dizzy. I get so lightheaded I could pass out, maybe even vomit. What I'm trying to say is that my heart palpitates just for you. I love you.
That's not love, you idiot. That's the signs and symptoms of a myocardial infarction.
Here we go. This is it, boys. Girl. People, listen. Hurry. This is it right here. The way to MI. You see it there? Like, I can't see anything. That's better. Oh, nice doodles. This is where we are right now. The heart beating normally. Blood vessels moving everything right along on schedule. And here, the endothelium, the inner lining. Normally, it expresses nitric oxide synthase in response to stimuli. This is all part of normal hemodynamics. But guess what? Oxidized low-density lipoproteins reduce NO production. Then what? Kenny. I don't know, Chucky. Platelet aggregation. Bingo, boyo. We're talking blood clots clumping together and clogging up the works.
Won't the vessels just dilate to compensate?
Yeah, Layla. At first. But we're talking atherosclerosis now. It's prothrombic, it's vasoconstrictive, and it is the perfect environment for plaque to rupture. I heard this scientist give a lecture once. Oh, here we go again. And the stories. Oh, the stories. He said something that stuck with me. He said that the heart is an obligate aerobic organ. Ain't that beautiful? We start shutting down blood flow and cutting off oxygen supply, it's going to have no choice but to call upon anaerobic metabolism. I hope you like sugar, boys and girl, because we are riding glycogen to the promised land. I thought we were doing a heist. Small super yachts. So very wackadoo.
But don't forget the cat.
Yes, well, you must understand that being filthy Stinking rich. Shocking fallout from the recent debacle that was the atrial fibrillation press conference. Let me start off by apologizing for having not given the sinoatrial node its due at the previous press conference regarding atrial fibrillation. Obviously, the essay... Hey, Avery! Why do you look so sad?
I can't figure it out.
What can't you figure out?
Oh, Goosey Goose, I don't know how to find it.
Oh no! What are you looking for?
Myocardial infarction.
Oh yes, that is tough. Tough, tough, tough. Very tough indeed. Well, first things first. Look at the electrocardiogram and see if you can find ST elevation.
I already did that! It didn't work! There's no use!
Well, the thing is, not all MIs are STEMIs. Some are non-STEMIs. It's a real crapshoot.
That's it?
I mean, I'm no doctor, just a sentient goose jester waxing on about medical science.
No!
But yes, that's it. You see, cardiac troponin is a myocardial regulatory protein. And when the heart gets injured, for instance, if it doesn't, there goes an ambulance, ruining the shot. But as I was saying, when the heart gets...
Do you have a bee in your throat or a moth?
Am I talking or are you talking? I'm having a whole little monologue here.
Excuse me.
Let me monologue. I am an actor.
I am not a monologue. How rude.
Taking it from the top. Listen. This is important for my grade. You see, cardiac troponin is a myocardial regulatory. It's a myocardial regulatory protein. And when the heart gets injured, for instance, it doesn't get enough blood pressure, it becomes infarct. Cardiac troponin is a myocardial regulatory protein. And when the heart gets injured, for instance, if it doesn't get enough blood and becomes infarcted, troponin releases into the bloodstream. An acute myocardial injury with a reduced coronary blood supply indicates a myocardial infarction. This is the part where you act amazed.
Wow! Oh, wow!
And you know what we were going to do? In this part of the scene, you were going to hold up a bag full of blood and say, I found it! But we ran low on the budget, so pretend you're holding a bag of blood. Look out over the camera, not at it, over it, good, and say, I found it!
I found it!
And I would have, if this was the case and we had the budget...
It's pee your blood.
I would have said, that's a lot
Pee your
of blood. No, listen, my line, it's my turn. I'm an actor. My line...
No, you're not. You're a goosey goose.
I'm a goosey goose actor. Will you let me have my line? So you would have been like, oh, look, I got a bag of blood. And I would have said, oh, please. I would have said, that's a lot of blood. And disconcerting. And then I would have ran off like this. And scene. Bow. Turn. No, turn.
Run!
No, turn that way. Bow. Good job.
Yeah, rock and roll!
Simply standing here puts my life in perilous jeopardy. What are you doing? Looking for current. What good is that going to do? Everything in nature flows from high concentration to low. Electricity is no different. It flows from high potential to low potential, from positive to negative. That explains nothing. We're supposed to find the infarct. That's what we're doing. The infarcted tissue impacts signal flow, forcing it in the opposite direction. Why am I partnered with you again? Boom. Found it. Okay, I see why. Winston Van Hanover is a 43-year-old self-described epic-level halfling bard with a +3 charisma bonus, a penchant for extended issue Blu-rays, and an encyclopedic knowledge of Middle-earth. But he's going to need more than cantrips, director commentary, and shortcuts to Mordor when he enters the bazaar to take on the Cutthroat robber barons. Barons. Hi, Barons. Barons. Hi, Barons.
Well, this already looks like gardening. Yes, dear boy, but what is the mechanism?
I'm glad you asked, because what you're looking at here is myocardial ischemia due to coronary occlusion. Let's see what's about. Yeah, I know about it. I ain't talking. Maybe you should rethink that.
He doesn't think at all.
I think about a lot, like how they put the ship in the bottle. Do they build it in the bottle, like arthroscopic, or do they blow the glass around the bottle? You talking about arthroscopic glass blowing here? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, he doesn't know anything.
I do too know anything. You want to know what I know?
Yeah, what do you know? What he thinks he knows.
Myocardial ischemia. Reduced coronary blood flow. You want to know what's worse?
Listening to you.
No. Ischemia reperfusion injury. Want me to spell that for you?
Please.
I-R-I-F-U.
Hilarious.
The F-U is silent.
IRI? Never heard of it.
Well, class is in session. Yeah, ischemia alone can lead the charge that ends with one order of myocardial infarction and the blood of many a dead cardiomyocytes on your hands. But the cure is just as bad as the disease, you know what I'm saying?
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Can I finish? I am begging you. Things start healing. Maybe it's the medication. Maybe it's the surgery. Maybe Mother Nature's finally doing her thing. But as much as that return of blood flow heals, it also hurts. It causes more injury. It's a paradox.
Your mom's a paradox.
Is welcome to test its metal here in the final arena where champions are forged and failures are cast out.
Caffeine is delicious, but can it make you better at sports?
Those cardiomyocytes, there are a lot of them. I want them dead. You hear me? Dead. I want them dead. I want their friends dead. I want their families dead. I want the whole pump shut down.
Kind of a big job, no? We just occluded everything. They've been cut off.
But they will perfuse again, numbskull. Ischemia was just phase 1. They think they're safe now.
Reperfusion can salvage the infarcted myocardium, but it can make it hurt all over again. Them down so they never get up again. Well, there's more than one way to paint the house.
Whatever, make it quick. Oxidative stress.
Good stuff, but not quick.
Calcium overload.
Gonna need some hypoxia for that one.
Stress out the endoplasmic reticulum.
All this metabolic nonsense. I thought he wanted this right away.
Apoptosis.
Cell death. Now we're talking.
Autophagy.
Ooh. Type 2 cell death. Now we're getting sinister.
Pyroptosis.
Burn those no good cells down with inflammation.
Ferroptosis.
Ooh, iron dependent cell death. That's going to make them hurt.
Necroptosis.
Ooh, the boss is getting macabre.
Why do I feel like I'm doing your job? You're the reactive oxygen species. You get it done. Ah, it's burnt.
Hey, what are you watching?
I was learning apoptosis.
Learning about death? Violence?
I was learning about apoptosis.
Don't make up words. Where's your father? He just left this on?
This high, seriously.
There, that's
You have to play
better.
professional basketball to get a drink around here? Sounds like somebody needs to get in the spirit. I'm totally in the spirit. Thanks. That fixes everything. Well,
That's it. We're moving, we're going, we're running, we're jumping, and 1, and 2, and 3, and there's the next one. Come on. Good. Here it is. Is that an immune system response? I think it is.
Okay, man.
Let's turn up the heat. Get up, Jimmy.
It's Carl. And my chest hurts. And my arm hurts.
Pain is just weakness leaving the body, Jimmy. Kick that pain into the void. Yeah, kick it. Yeah, and kick it. Get up, Jimmy.
His name's Carl.
His name is gonna be unemployed if he doesn't start stepping.
I think he's having a heart attack.
Oh, his heart's getting attacked, all right, by the sweet rush of endorphins.
Call an ambulance. Somebody call an ambulance.
Only thing you're calling is the ambulance.
Madam Chairperson, exercise protects against heart failure, myocardial infarction, hypertension, and insulin resistance. Particular to myocardial infarction, aerobic exercise inhibits the release of cardiac pro-inflammatory factors that would otherwise contribute to the cascade of pathophysiology. And exercise also increases anti-apoptotic capacity, thus contributing to the delay of cell death in cardiomyocytes. Adaptations to exercise include cardiomyocyte cellular growth and subsequent improved metabolism, a reduction in reactive oxygen species proliferation, improved endothelial health and overall cardiac function, heart repair, and increased proliferation of circulating immune cells. As you can see, exercise is medicine and is very effective at protecting against and rehabilitating from myocardial infarction and other cardiac issues.
But what about her emails?
11 to 16 weeks of low-intensity aerobic exercise, that seems like a really long time.
But think about the benefits. Enhanced myocardial types 1 and 3 collagen and improved aerobic capacity, not to mention just a better quality of life.
Let's not rule out moderate intensity just yet. 8 weeks, that's all I'm asking.
What will it do?
The patient will have improved cardiac efficiency and microcirculatory perfusion. We're talking a better tolerance time to exercise, able to go harder, longer.
We're treating a patient, doctor, not trying to win the Super Bowl.
I'm trying to treat the patient. Moderate intensity cardiovascular exercise can improve atrioventricular interval cycles and reduce ventricular effective refractory period. It's in all the research.
Sounds more appropriate for rehab post-AFib.
Ugh, it's not just conditioning. This will increase ejection fraction and stroke volume too. I'm telling you guys, a stronger heart is a healthier heart is a protected heart.
I'm looking at this. If we're doing that, we might as well just add in high-intensity work too.
Actually, that's a really good idea, doctor. Just once a week, high-intensity cardio could double the improvements observed with moderate-intensity cardio.
Feels like a dig, but I'll allow it.
It also reduces the risk of cardiovascular death. We can also throw in some HIIT.
High-intensity interval training?
She's actually right, and it's more effective than moderate-intensity cardio.
Okay, now you guys are just attacking me.
Listen, on top of the response you would expect to see from an otherwise healthy subject, decreased fat mass, cholesterol, and oxidative stress, we're also looking at an improved metabolism and cardiac function.
So there we have it. Let's start low. 2 to 3 weekly sessions, work up to moderate 5 days per week, and sneak in at least 1 high-intensity session weekly.
Great. Now if we can just figure out how to unlock that door, we're golden.
You have been accused and found guilty of theft, robbery, shenanigans.
Excuse me, magistrate, if you will, but both theft and robbery.
All right, hero, let's activate exercise modalities. You're the best guy in a chair, a central protagonist, and a giant Jaeger could ever ask for. Too bad we can't see your awesome giant robot! Sorry, buddy, but for that, we need more budget and more time. But this is being done on a shoestring, and it's due before midnight. Go fight, win, Super Techno Sundance Dragonfoot Magic Ninja Robot Hero! Activate aerobic type training. Go! Excellent! This will improve VO2 peak, resting heart rate peak, metabolic equivalent, and tolerance time! Engage! Weapons check, hero! Should we activate the elliptical engine or rowing machine? Neither, good buddy! They pale in comparison to the cycle ergometer or treadmill! Let's raise the heat! High intensity interval training! Go! Oh no, my best friend and constant companion! I don't think the system can handle it! We're crashing! Not on my watch! You're everything I wish I could be! Hydrate! Must mobilize electrolytes! Hurry, hero! You're running out of time! I'm trying! Listen to me, you've got this! Once you engage HIT, you'll see VO2 peak more than double anything the moderate drive is capable of. Not to mention that resting heart rate and total exercise duration will go up too. That stuff about heart rate lacks consensus. Do you want to write a systematic review and meta-analysis? Or do you want to defeat the Dark Prince, Viscount, Serpent, Dragon, Firefox? Are you a coward? A weakling? No! I'm a Super Techno Sundance Dragonfoot Magic Ninja Robot Hero! And I'm giving it 110%! That's a mathematical impossibility! Not for me!
You've got the drive, you've got the talent, you've got the muscle. But do you have the heart? You do now! Introducing off-brand suspension training straps, the only tool you will ever need for chiseled abs, rippling biceps, an internet-breaking caboose, and a stronger heart protected against the wiles of myocardial infarction. I'm serious. Evidence shows that resistance training, particularly with suspension straps, can improve a bunch of cardiovascular traits. Start moving and I'll tell you! Last longer, go farther, and reach higher metabolic equivalents, over 8 METs! Seriously! See your aerobic capacity, systolic blood pressure, left ventricular ejection fraction, and lipid profile improvement soar! The best part, it's hard work, but it's easy to learn. For most people. Push-ups, rows, whatever this thing is. That's not even an exercise. Have you stopped trying? How did you even manage that? Off-brand suspension training straps, because you can patent a handle and maybe a color scheme, but you cannot patent nylon webbing. Seriously, look it up.
The armor!
I was there when it happened. When the attack came. Took out the whole myocardium. Barely anything was left.
When their world was on the brink of oblivion.
Listen, lads. We have to strengthen our hearts. But the infarction. What are we gonna do about the myocardial infarction? Damn it, brother! Hold fast. That's why we must strengthen our hearts.
One man found the will to stand up.
Oh, I can't do another minute on that accursed treadmill. It's boring.
To become the light against the shadows.
Not as boring as an early grave.
To pave the clearest path.
But you don't need cardio. I'm telling you, brothers, just 2 to 6 months of weight training, and you'll see your blood pressure, both systolic and diastolic, improve by several millimeters of mercury. Keep going, and they'll improve by several more. Aerobic capacity too. I'm telling you, in less than 6 weeks, your VO2 max will improve by 2 to 4 milliliters per kilogram per minute. Keep going, and you'll see that increase 2 to 3-fold before the harvest. If we even make it to the harvest. Oh, we'll make it to the harvest. All we have to do is unleash the dumbbells.
Lift weights, lift hearts, and lift a nation. This film is not yet rated.
He didn't say goodbye, he just left.
leaving nothing behind save the marks on our hearts. Funny thing about goodbyes, people think if you don't say it, you'll have to see each other again. Like there's no choice but to settle up. But that's just not true. MI never came back our way. Not that we didn't try inviting them back. We sent up all the signals. We got sweaty, breathless, weak in the knees, spun up a dizziness, something so fierce that some of us even puked. Old Rufus even suffered a bout of the clogged pipes, atherosclerosis, but even that wasn't enough to bring MI back to us. We did what we promised. Those of us with prescriptions took our calcium channel blockers, diuretics, ACE inhibitors, nitrates, and what have you. Got regular checkups, too. Old Rufus led our little group exercise sessions down to the library. Cardio and weights, mind you. And Miss Carmichael got the whole town to participate in the fun run. You ask me, ain't nothing fun about running, but it was okay to walk it, too. That stranger never came back. I'll never feel comfortable calling MI a stranger. Not after the stranglehold he put on this here ticker. No, sir. That was no stranger. That was my friend.
Mommy, I'm going outside to play.
Okay, honey, I'll join you.